course, no? The bad effects would come by a billionfold. No? So that's very, very good. So we should perform only meritorious deeds. No? So there are 3 kinds of meritorious deeds that we should do. No? Just like we say, no? Dana, Sila, and Bhavana. What is Dana? Almsgiving. No? Almsgiving. We should practice almsgiving so that to get all the necessities of life whenever we born. So if you donate food, we get plenty of food. If we donate rope, we get plenty of clothing, etc. If you donate money, you get money again. No? And then we should also keep 5 precepts very pure. No? Very pure. And again, when the Buddha was on his round, so the Buddha, only during the Vasa, 3 rainy months, he stayed in the big monastery. And after the Vasa, he tried to walk through many villages, just trying to teach them. So when he came to Veludwara village, the elders asked him, now the Bande, we have saved some money from farming and from the animal husbandry, and we like to live with our family, using this money. We like to live very happily. And when we die, we also want to be born in celestial realms. How should we live, they say. So the Buddha said, you just do 2 things. So that is, the pay homage to the Buddha, the Dharma, the Sangha regularly. Or in other words, keep 3-4 refuge. Keep 3-4 refuge. And then the next one is keep the 5 moral precepts very purely. You enjoy all sense pleasure you like. Just don't break your precept. Then when you die, you will be born in celestial realm. So just by doing this too, you can watch the Korean movie, Chinese movie, as much as you like. You can be born in the celestial realm. Don't worry. So how great, the like paying homage to the Buddha. How great. During the Buddha Vipassi, the Buddha Vipassi is the earlier Buddha, then our Buddha. So Imam, very respectfully, he paid homage to the Buddha just once. And he said just by paying homage to the Buddha one time, he was not born in the woeful realm for 100,000 war cycles. He was never born in the woeful state. And he was born only in celestial realms and human realm. And then also we have the story in our Buddhist literature. So a man looking after 2 blind parents, and it was one asankheya and 100,000 war cycles ago. So a very, very long time ago. At that time, Anomadasi Buddha appeared in the world. So the Buddhas, they appear so from time to time in the world. So this man, he was a poor man, and he could not see the Buddha actually, but he met the chief disciple of the Buddha, and he could take 3-4 refuge. And he maintained this 3-4 refuge very, very diligently, paying respect to the Buddha, the Dharma, the Sangha, as often as possible. And then when he died, he was born in Tavatimsa realm. So for this long period, one asankheya, incalculable aeon, and 100,000 war cycles, so uncountable existences, he was never born in the woeful state. So he was born only in celestial realms and human realms, And not only that, he became universal monarchs. No, that is the most powerful king, no, in the human realm for 75 existences. And as the king of Deva, as the second, for 80 existences. As ordinary kings, uncountable existences. No? So, at the time of our Gautama Buddha, he became a rich man's son, just playing with friends, no, at the age of 7 years. Then they ran into a monastery, and a monk told them, now, no, you sit squatting, hold up your hand, and you recite after me, Buddham saranam gacchami, Dhammam saranam gacchami, Sangham saranam gacchami. He became Arhat. So, no, when we met the Buddha's, no, the teaching, we have, no, very good the opportunity to perform meritorious deeds. And these meritorious, because the Buddha, the Dharma, the Sangha are the noblest objects of veneration, we get very, very great merit. No? So, to live happily like that, we just, no, perform these meritorious deeds. And, no, if you want to get greater merit, please undertake meditation. No, if you undertake meditation to become enlightened as a noble person, that would be the best actually. And then, why should we die? No, finally, all of us will die. So, no, why should we die? So the Buddha, no, when he was about to pass away, no, he told the monks his last words. His last words, no, the Buddha's a monk. Handa dani bhikkhave amanteya miwo vaya dhamma sankhara apamadena sampadita. Now, no, O monks, I would tell you my last words. No, he said, these component things, no, are subject to perishing. No, they are not permanent. So all component things, no, like our body and mind, they are composed of, no, materiality and mentality. And they are rising, dissolving all the time. They don't exist, no, none of them, no, exist forever. So they will break down, no, they will die. So while you have, no, the time, try to perform meritorious deeds. No, that is his last words. So, no, the Buddha said we can die in 4 ways. No, the first is because the lifespan, no, is completed. No, we can die due to the expiration of the lifespan, and we can also die as the expiration of the karma. No, the strength of the reproductive karma that produce our existence. If its power is exhausted, we shall die. And then we can die due to the expiration of both the lifespan and the karma, not reproductive karma. And we can also die, no? So because of, no, no, like the, no, we call destructive karma, no, destructive karma. So a karma that destroys our productive karma arises. Not just like you have to know the car accident that you die, or some people they committed suicide. So no, these no, by their own action they have to die. So we would die, and when we die, after we die, what will happen? So you can answer now. After death, we shall be born again. No, we shall be born again. And in Abhidhamma, the Buddha described very beautiful. No, so the Buddha said, now the reproductive karma, no, that produce our existence, now it is about to be exhausted in power. Then the many karmas that is in our mental stream. Remember, we have billions and billions of both good karma and bad karmas, they compete with one another, no, to produce the new existence. And one of them, no, will win the race, we say, will win the competition. And the Buddha also described, if you have weighty karma, now weighty karma means very powerful karma, not just like the causing a wound in the Buddha, or killing an arahat, killing your mother, killing your father. Then if you have done like this, now when you die, so this bad karma will produce result, and you will be born in the awiji hell, in the awiji hell. And if you also have very the firm wrong belief that karma in result does not exist, so you will be also born in hell. In hell, which is always dark, they say. So in the good karma, if you can develop the jhana, we say, and if you can maintain the jhana till death, then that karma, as it is very strong, no other karma can stop it, it will bear result. So when it bear result, you will become a Brahma. You will be born as a Brahma. Now, if you don't have any of these karma, then the near-death karma, we call proximity karma, that you did just before you die, or you remember what you have done before, just before you die, you remember it, that karma will have the chance to bear result. Now, because of proximity, we say, close to death, it has the power to give the result. Now, it is close to death. So that means the time of near death is very important. The time of near death is very important. At the time of near death, if you for example, you are attached to your property, to your house, etc., then when you die, you will be born, like an animal in that place. For example, the monk Tissa during the Buddha's time, he is a monk. So a monk, they have very great merit every day actually as a monk. But his sister donated to him a new set of robes. And he wanted to wear that robe, but he fell ill. So even when he was about to pass away, he still thought of this this robe. I will wear it when I'm sure from this illness, he said. So when he died, he was born there. As a flea, he became a flea. We call spontaneous rebirth. Spontaneous rebirth. So when a monk pass away, his friends, they can they share his property, like his alms bowl and his the robes, etc. So his friend, they started sharing it. You take the bowl, and you take the lower robe. I will take the upper robe. So the flea was shouting, "My robe, I won't give you. My robe, I won't give you." So the Buddha heard it. By divine ear, he heard it. He came. He said, "Stop! don't share it. Don't distribute among you. You wait for 7 days." So after 7 days, the flea died, passed away. So that means at the time of near death, though you have done meritorious deeds, so it's not very safe. So to be safe is to have to prepare for your death. It's better to prepare for your death. And the Buddha said, if this proximity karma does not exist, then habitual karma will have the chance to bear result. So you choose any meritorious deed, and you have to perform it to become a habit. And I think like taking the threefold refuge, the observing moral precept, and giving donation to the Buddha every day, so that we should do regularly. And the most important thing is, what you should do is, try to do, reflect the attribute of the Buddha. So there are 9 attributes. You can choose any one you like. Araham is the popular one. So When you reflect Araham, remember the Buddha. No, remember the Buddha. So he is the purest, the noblest, and most worthy of veneration. That is Araham. So you just reflect Araham, 1 billion good karma. Araham, 1 billion good karma. So even when you're walking to your house, or when you are riding MTR or driving, you can reflect Araham, Araham. So every time you reflect, you become, so 1 billion karma. So these 1 billion karmas are more valuable than American dollars. No, more valuable than 1 billion American dollars. So, try to get it. Then when it becomes a habit, when you are about to die, you know you are going to die. You are not afraid anymore. Just keep reflecting the Araham, Araham. Then you are with the Buddha. The Buddha's attribute, fill up your body and mind. Your body and mind becomes very noble. So now if you just reflect Araham, Araham, you will die very peacefully. Definitely you will be born in celestial realm. Many, many existences. That is the best, the best thing for preparation of death. So I think I finished my the answer of these important questions. So now you can ask questions you like. What do you want to ask? What is?
What is the hardest thing for you in your life in the beginnings of your meditation journey?
Meditation is not the hardest one. No, so meditation is very simple. We say a simple way of training and purifying our mind. And when we purify our mind, it is also the developing the mind at the same time. And just like I say, the reflecting Araham, Araham is meditation. So the Buddha, he said these meditation that can protect you from all dangers. From all dangers. From all dangers mean from the woeful, like the wicked people, wicked, the beasts and the animals and the ghosts, etc. And the worst thing is not to be born in hell, not to be born in the woeful state. It can protect you. So not just Araham, Araham, Araham. So everybody can do it actually. Just like in the Buddha's time, 2 young boys, they play marbles. So one young boy always win, the Buddhist boy, and the non-Buddhist boy always lost. He lose. Then he asked them, "Why did you win all the time?" "Well, before I throw my marble, I say Namo Buddhaya." Namo Buddhaya, like the Indonesians, they greet one another, Namo Buddhaya. Very good. When they say each other, they say Namo Buddhaya. So Namo Buddhaya means I pay homage to the Buddha, actually, what it means. So if you want to win, you just recite it. So that other boy, he wants to win, so he recite it all the time. So one day his father took him to the forest when he cut the woods and loaded the woods and came back. So when they came to the outskirts of the Rajagraha city, it is already in the evening time, so near the sunset. So the father, he stopped his cart for a while. He let the 2 oxen go to eat grass, and then he rested. And at that time, the cowboys, they are bringing home the cattle. They are looking after. They are driving into the city, and the 2 oxen also follow them, went into the city. So the man, after resting, he tried to find his oxen. He could not find them. So he told his son, "I will go home and take the oxen. You stay on the cart." He went home. He found the oxen in the house, but when he came out, the door of the city already closed. So at sunset they close it. He could not come out anymore. So only the boy was there. It was near a cemetery actually. And there's two big trees there. Two big ogres lived there. Two big ogres, not the giants. So they belong to the celestial realm, but they eat human flesh. They eat human flesh. So one ogre asked his friend, "My friend, don't you see a boy on the cut?" "Yes, I saw. Let's go and eat him." "You cannot eat him." "Why? He is the Buddha's son." "Why?" "Oh, I saw him before he went to sleep. No, he said, 'Namo Buddhaya.' so you cannot eat him." "Well, I don't believe you. I will go and eat," he said. So he went, and the boy was asleep on the cut. So he pulled the legs of the boy. So as soon as the boy woke up, so as it becomes a habit, so he said, "Namo Buddhaya." So as soon as he said Namo Buddhaya, as if very strong heat wave went through the chest of that ogre. So he was the pushed back, and he was very hot. "My friend, please help me. My chest became very hot. I told you you should not you should not offend the Buddha's son. Now you have offended him. Now you have to remain it," he said. "He is very hungry now. You went to the Bimbisara palace. Try to bring food for him." So as the celestial being, they can go very easily. Go into the palace, and he took the golden bowl that the king used to take his food. So put the good food there and bring and feed the boy. And then after feeding that, the righteous ogre, he wrote on the gold bowl there. So this bowl is not taken by the boy; it's taken by us. So he left there. So in the morning, when they could not find the bowl, they looked all over the city, and they could not find. They came out and they saw the bowl and the boy there. They thought the boy stole the bowl. So they took the boy and the bowl to the king. So the king said, "This boy is only about 7 years old. How could he come into my palace and steal the bowl?" So when he looked at the bowl, he saw the writing. So as he didn't know the meaning, he went to the Buddha. So the Buddha told him the whole story. So the king was very delighted that the boy, he was there is a meditation actually. Namo Buddhaya, Namo Buddhaya. That is meditation. So meditation is very, very easy. What is difficult is to control our mind. To control our mind is very, very difficult. So the Buddha, he said, the mind is very subtle, and then very, very quick, and it travels very quick, and it will land on any sense object that it likes. It's very difficult to control the mind. But the wise people should control the mind, should tame the mind, culture the mind. Now once the mind becomes culture, then you will enjoy human happiness, celestial happiness, and even Nibbana happiness. So the Buddha said it is to control the mind is very difficult. And we know now, the Buddha also said there are 5 hindrances. 5 hindrances are the arising, the arising defilements. We call them these again, like the greed, the anger, ignorance, and then sloth and torpor, restlessness of the mind, and the vicikiccha is skeptical doubt. So they are our hindrances, not the enemies. And because of that, very difficult to control the mind. But he also said we have 5 powers to overcome them. Saddha, Virya, Sati, Samadhi, Panya. So with this strong, this power, you can fight against them. So it depends on you. Okay. Okay, any question feel free to ask question.
What is it that if one attains to arahantship, in this lifetime with five aggregates still present, we have to become and to join the sangha. Otherwise, it will pass away. I don't understand this part because we are the one who reached the arahant stage, right? Why is the correlationship between being being a member of the sangha, then will continue until death?
Yes, yes, yes.
Otherwise, it will have the lay. That means there's no lay arahant. May I get right on this?
So when you become arahat,
When a person will become arahant,
is when he,
he has to join the sangha.
yes, that's correct.
Yeah. That means
So,
there's no lay arahant. It means the householder arahant. So why is it so?
so no, if as a lay person,
Yeah.
if you become an arahat, so no, the arahat is very, very noble. So no, among the noblest person is a perfect person, we call him, no, because all defilements are totally eliminated. So he became very, very noble. So no, when he's very noble, no, so it is not suitable to the layman's, layman state. So no, the layman is very low state. So no, to get to the high state, so we have to become join the sangha to become the imam. Otherwise, we can live only for 7 days. Now, if you want to, you don't want to enjoy to join the sangha, then you can live only 7 days and then you will pass away. No, so if you join the sangha, you can remain the whole of your life. You can.
But if the objective of a Buddhist is to ultimately obtain the Nibbana bliss, right? So are we saying that all Buddhists should ultimately become a member of the Sangha? Is this interpretation correct? That means ultimately our Buddhist, to be Buddhist, our goal is to reach Nibbana, right? But in order to reach Nibbana, you have to become a Sangha, a member of the Sangha. So are we saying that the ultimate goal of every Buddhist is to become a monk? Is that interpretation a correct one?
Yes, you can say that is not wrong. We can say that right, no, because as we said, if the lay person become arhat, he has to become the arhat, So they become a monk. So that finally they have to become a monk actually. But nowadays, not like the ladies. No, we don't have bhikkhunis anymore nowadays. So no, for the ladies, they cannot become the a monk actually. No, so if they go to the arahat, so no, for them, this body is just a burden. No, they feel this body is very, very big burden. So no, they like to get rid of this body very, very, very early actually. So not like the women, so they will not be sorry to pass away, to Nibbana, and then try to be in Nibbana forever. So to go early is quite good for them, that they will be delighted.
So you mean that if a female becomes a Dharma, let's say in this lifetime, she cannot ordain as bhikkhu, so she has to pass away on the day she becomes a Dharma?
No, I said nowadays in Theravada Buddhism, we don't have bhikkhunis. We don't have the female monks anymore. So no, when a lady would become an arahat, then she is she is not reluctant, I say, to pass away, because to pass away is to get rid of this body and to be in Nibbana forever. So but they very gladly would go to Nibbana.
So what is the difference between men's and the bhikkhunis? I don't really understand.
Yes, very different. Very different. The nuns are not bhikkhuni. So no, even the nuns cannot compare to Samanera. Samanera is the so the Buddha, when he allowed his stepmother to become a bhikkhuni, he said, you have to pay respect to a novice. Even if you become an arhat, you have to pay respect to a novice, he said. So the nun cannot be compared to a novice yet. Just like our Pauk monks, our Pauk Siaro asked them to take 10 precepts, just like the novice. But they don't have the power of the novice. The novice is regarded as the Buddha's son, the Buddha's son. So if you don't have any question, would you like to know about the evidence of past lives and future lives? What are the evidences of past life and the future lives? So, like like in our Buddhism, we are talking about our uncountable past existences. So, what are the evidences? So actually, I have written 2 books. One book is in Myanmar language. So I call it Concrete Evidences for past existences and future existences. And now, later, I have written a small book in both in Myanmar and in English. I call it Karma, the Real Creator. So in this book, I describe the evidences for the past existences and the future existences. So they are very, very the concrete evidences actually. So there are people who could remember their past existences all over the world. All over the world. So here I describe, for example, one man, a medical doctor, over 90 years old now, and he was a very the great leader in Buddhism actually. So he told me, I could remember my past isn't very well, he said. So in the past he was a spinster. A spinster means unmarried lady. So she became old. She was living alone, and she feel a little the maybe not happy. So she donated her house to the monastery, her farmland to the monastery, and then she made a wish. So when I die, may I become a man, and may I be an intelligent person, and may I have the chance to work for the propagation of the sasana, the Buddha's teaching. So when he died, he became a boy. Even the scar, this lady, when she was cooking, her blouse got burned and she got a scar in the chest. And in this boy, there's also the scar here. And as a boy, he remembered very well about his past existences. And he could even remember his relatives. So that is one good evidence. And just like in India, there's a girl by the name of Shanti Devi. She was born in 1926. And when 3 years old, she said she had a husband by the name of the Gadana Chobi. He is a textile, the trader in Mutra. Mutra is a town north of New Delhi. So as she kept telling this very often, she also said, she was his wife by the name of Ludi, and she gave birth to a son, and 10 days after that she died. So her father wrote a letter to Gadana Chobi. He didn't know the complete address. He just write to Gadana Chobi, textile trader, Mutra. So he sent a letter, and after a week, a letter came from Gadana Chobi. He said, what the girl said is correct. My wife is Ludi, and she died 10 days after giving birth to a son. May I see her when I came to New Delhi? So one day, the little girl was playing in front of the house. The mother is cooking. So at that time, the girl, immediately she ran into the bedroom and tried to hide. So the mother said, quite strange, what happened to you? She asked. My husband is outside. So when she came out, it's correct, Gadana Chobi is there. So her father wrote to the research department, my daughter can remember her past life very well. So you can make a research if you wish. So they set a date. They took this the young girl to Mutra by train. And then when they arrived there, so many relatives of her former relatives, they came to the station to meet her. And this little girl can call their name correctly. All of them, about 20, 30 of them, he could call. Then the research people put her in a pony cart. Now you give the direction to your house. She gave correctly to the house. And the house was painted with different color. She could remember. And the research people asked her, now how many rooms in the house? What furnitures are there? She told everything. And when they went in, they found everything correct. Now when they were sitting in the parlor, she said, here, I have buried 100 rupee coins, the silver coin. So the research people, they like to get some good evidence, so they gladly dug the place there. They dug it. They could not find any money. And only then Gadana Chobi came and apologized. So I'm sorry, I already thought I have taken the money. So she could remember her past tense very clearly. So in Myanmar, even in Myanmar, we have several persons who correctly remember their past existences. And we have the psychology professor by the name of Dr. Ian Stevenson from Virginia University, United States. He made a research worldwide. He even came to Myanmar several times. So he interviewed more than 1,000 the person who could remember their past existence. And he said these people, they remember correctly about their past existences. Now, the second evidence is we have intelligent prodigies, we call it, the children who are very, very intelligent. Just like in England, they have a boy by the name of Christian Heineken. And this boy can speak just a few hours after he was born. To speak, that means you have to learn the vocabulary. Now he could speak, that means he had already learned in the past existence, so he could speak now. Now if the boy like that can speak after a few hours, we can also believe that our Bodhisattva, God, the Siddhartha prince, he spoke when he was he was born. He was born. He walked seven steps to the north, and he looked all over the world, and he didn't see anyone who is equal to him. And then he declared three things actually. He said, he is the noblest. So just like that, the greatest, something like that. So we can believe that the Buddha can speak soon after he was born. Now this Christian Heineken, at the age of 1 year, he could recite many passages from the Bible. From the Bible. And the age of 1 year, 2 years, you can ask any question on geography, he can answer. So he must be a geography professor in the past life. No? So in the age of 3 years, he could speak. No, in addition to English, also French and Latin. And in the age of 4 years, he was accepted by the university as the student of philosophy. And in the China, they have a boy by the name of Zhen Zhen. I read in the newspaper. No? So it was several years ago, actually. So this boy Zhen Zhen, they call it. So at the age of 1.5 years, just 1.5 years, he could understand Chinese and English. At the age of 2 years, he can speak English and Chinese. And at the age of 3, he can read Chinese and English. In the age of 4, he can learn high school mathematics. And Wuhan University accepted him as the youngest university student at the age of 4 years. So, and we have such boys in Myanmar also. No, there's a man, a boy by the name of the Pitakan Maungtonjang, we call him. So at the age of 6 years, he could recite many, the Pitaka Palis. So they make the ceremony of reciting the Buddhas and the Pali at the age of 6 years. And there's also a girl, also at the age of 6 years. She could read the Pali. And she could tell the meaning of the Pali. And she could also remember her past existence, that she was a chipmunk at the past life. Now he became a girl. So without learning, without going to school yet, he could understand. And just like in our the Pauk Meditation Center in Molamyai, there's a lady, very beautiful. She had very long hair. When she put it down, it touched the ground and it even comes up. So when she meditated in the Pauk Meditation Center, so you have to verify the causal relations of dependent origination. And to do that, you have to see your past existence. What God did you have done, so that you are born in this existence. You have to see your past existence. And she could see her past her past existence. So she was a monk, she said. And then she was invited by a lady, with a graduate lady. She was very beautiful lady. And then she has very beautiful long hair. So when he came for alms food. So while he was sitting in the parlor, her photograph was there, big one, with the university costume, so having the BA degree costume, so with very long hair, and he admired that long hair. He admired that long hair. So so when he passed away, so he became like a woman with long hair. So there can be such thing. So there is the second one, the second the evidence, and we have the third evidence also. The third evidence is by hypnosis. By hypnosis. So by hypnotizing, they say, if you hypnotize a person, then ask him or her to tell about her past existence. Many can tell. Many can tell. For example, in England, there's a lady, they call it Mrs. N. Baker. So she had never been to France. She did not know French language. Now when she was hypnotized, she spoke in French fluently about many events that happened in Paris. And then in the United States again, no, they have another lady, Mrs. They call it Mrs. Virginia Taigi, and they hypnotized her 5 times during the year 1952-53. And a research committee actually is hypnotizing her and asked her to tell about her past existence. And she always tell about her past existence about 150 years ago, that she was born at Bridie Murphy, she said, her name, in the Belfast, Ireland, Belfast city. She even told her house, the address, and also a big store that she used to go for shopping regularly. And then her husband worked in the Queen's College in about 1847, she said, as a law professor. So this is such committee. They went to the Belfast and they tried to investigate whether what she thought was correct. And they could not find the road, the address told by her, and no big store that she have said, and also they could not get any information. Now, when they try to look at the city diaries for every year, and the old records of the city, they found everything what she said was correct. And they also found that in 1847, the Queen of England came to Ireland, came to Belfast and established Queen's College, and where her husband worked as a law professor. So the story was published in newspapers and journals in the United States. So it is very big news for the people. And many Americans, they start believing that we have past existences. And another very good record is in Pennsylvania. They call it the Coptic Church. And the church, the abbot is Reverend Martin. And he has 22 educated the church members who were very interested to do research on this, the past existences. So they try to hypnotize. So it is not very difficult to learn the art of hypnotizing. Then they hypnotize their own devotees who do not believe that they have the past existence. Every person under hypnosis told about their existence. What is the name? Where the place, and what is the job they did, and what happened in their life, and then when they die, what happened. So when they dehypnotize these people and try to ask them to listen what they said, all of them said, we don't believe about past existence. They said, we don't believe them. But now when they investigated, everything is correct. So even most of you, I think now you don't know your past existence now. So what you can do is just get the hypnotizing, then you will tell your past existence right away. And in Buddhism, we have that supernormal power to know your past existences. For many existences actually, for many war cycles, the existences, you can know. You can know that we call it that supernormal power. Pobeni Vasa Nusati Abhinyana. And like in the Pau Meditation Center again, so if you go to meditation, and after you can develop the right concentration by developing the jhana concentration, then when you go into the vipassana, you have to analyze your body and mind to find out all those ultimate mentality, materiality. You have to define them. And then you have also to meditate, to find out your past existences and correlate the causal relation of dependent origination. So you have to find out up to 3 past existences. Up to 3 past existences. And then you have also asked to see your future existences as much as you can see. So most of the meditators that I interview, I have the chance to interview many meditators. So when they reach to this state, they have seen about 3 past existences. They said they don't want to live anymore. So we are craving for new existence because we don't know our past existence. As we have lived uncountable existence already, if we can know that, you will not want for another existence anymore actually. Now because we don't know, we are always craving for new existence, and that's why we are born again and again, the Buddha said. And also in the Pauk Meditation Center, when I was taking meditation also there is a lady, she was the school head of a high school head. So she could meditate very, very well. She was a spinster, not married. And then she had the chance to come and meditate only 1 month in a year, because at a school head, she can take the leave only for 1 month, for in 1 year. But after 2 years, after 2 times, she finished. She finished the whole Vipassana course. And then she also went in to develop this supernormal power. And the Pauk teacher said, if you wish, I can guide you. So she got see 30 past existences. And the strange thing is, in all these 30 existences, some of them are celestial existence, some are the human existence. So she was always spinsters or bachelors in all these existences, never married. And the most, the striking the story is story of Edgar Cayce. So if you can read this book, you'll be amazed. So I found that book. So they say it is the topic is many mentions. The story of Edgar Cayce, life of the life. So very interesting. So I give you the reference of the book here, and you can find the book even in the bookshop I did. That book is very interesting. This Edgar Cayce, he was born in Kentucky, 1977, very recently. He went only up to the 9th grade high school, and then he worked as a clerk in the bookshop, and then as an insurance salesman, and then he lost his voice. So he was inflicted with, they say, like a disease of the vocal cord. They call laryngitis, they call it. And then he lost his voice. He could not speak. For 1 year, he tried to get treatment from specialists, but not sure. Now one day, a hypnotizer came to their town. When he hypnotized this person, he started speaking under hypnosis. He could speak. And when they asked him, do you know why you cannot speak the earlier? Yes, he said. He know. What's the matter? They asked him. The muscle that control my vocal cord, they are they slightly paralyzed. They are not the partial paralysis of the vocal cord, he said, the muscle of the vocal cord. So again they asked him, is there any way to cure it? Oh yes, he said. So what is that? He said, now you suggest. So the hypnotizer has to give the suggestion. Now you suggest, increase my blood circulation in this area. Just suggest to increase blood circulation in this area. So they suggest him, and they watch. Just 20 minutes, So no, the place here, as more blood is flowing here, it becomes pinkish, and then rosy, and then no, violet red. He said, stop, it's enough. Then he could speak. After that, he could speak. Then they say, now you know, no, you can diagnose your ailment. No, that is not that cannot be cured by the specialist. Then you should be able to cure other patients. So now, no, he started from one person. Then he could read what the condition correctly, and then give them herbal medicine and cure. So the good name spread up. So from 1901 to 1923, that is in 23 years, he cured 30,000 patients, chronic patients who could not be cured by the doctors. No? So the miracle is, you don't need to bring the patient to him. Just tell the name of the patient and the present address where the patient is. Just tell him that. So then he would go into hypnosis, and then we call it parapsychological, the parapsychological ability. So it is something like out of body experience. So he went out. He went out of the body. He could go to that body, that address, and he analyzed. So he could see the whole body internally also. So he gave him the complete the diagnosis of the patient, and also herbal medicine to cure. So miraculously, these people are cured. Now, some diseases, he said, were connected with bad karma of the past life. So he also know about the bad karma. So in such cases, not only the medicine, also the patient has to do meritorious deeds, to make up for the bad karma. Now, in 1923, while he was under hypnosis, one of his attendants asked him, the teacher, can you tell my astrological chart? So astrological chart, the reading of the planet, on you, the effects of the planet. So under hypnosis, he said, the effects of those planets are very little on each of us, he said, very little. What is more important is your past existences as human beings on earth. And what you learn in those existences, what you have done, all this knowledge and the drive, he said, the talent, are now passed to you, to your present life. So then that person requested to give him that reading, and they call it live reading. So by this live reading, so many people start requesting. So this Ekagesi, he could see many of their past existences. That's very amazing actually. And he chose only the existences which have the greatest effect to the present life. And he would say what he have achieved, what he have done, what he have known, like in those past existences. So they come to you now, and if you try to practice, you will know again. So a telegraph operator, the Mehm, they say Mehm in New York, telegraph operator. She had to send many telegrams at that time. They are using telegram, requesting for live reading, and finally she also requested for her live reading. In 1 week, it came. The reading came, and it said, "You are wasting your time by walking as